Systemic risk is the risk of a collapse of an entire financial system or entire market, as opposed to risk associated with any one individual, entity, group, or component of a system. Systemic risk refers to the quote-unquote interdependencies of a market, where a single failure or group of failures might cause a chain reaction and lead to bankruptcy and a market collapse. As a ripple effect goes through a market, concerns of liquidity also appear. The aftermath of this ripple effect shows that there will be a lot of potential sellers and very few potential buyers. The government and the SEC have put rules and policies into place for the interests of the whole market so that this systemic risk is less likely to happen. There is also protection from big businesses who have been labeled as too big or too interconnected to fail. There are two ways to measure systemic risk. The traditional analysis for assessing the risk of required government intervention is the too big to fail test. It can be measured in terms of an institution's size relative to the national and international marketplace, the market share concentration, and competitive barriers of entry, or how easily a product can be substituted. The other one is called the too interconnected to fail test. This is a more useful systemic risk than the traditional too big to fail test. The analysis has been at the heart of most federal financial emergency relief decisions. It is a measure of the likelihood and amount of medium-term net negative impact to the larger economy of an institution's failure to be able to conduct its ongoing business. There are two factors that are found to support systemic risk, and those are the risk of liquidity are not accounted for in pricing models used in trading on the financial markets, and economic implications of models are not well understood. So all models use the same theoretical basis, and the relationship between financial markets and the economy is not known to lead to aggravation of systemic risk. After this most recent economic recession, collateral arrangements are even more important to financial markets. Collateral puts more of an emphasis from borrowers to the collateral. That makes people originally not able to borrow or make transactions. They can do so because of the rapidly growing debt and the use of hedge funds. There is some risk, however, when dealing with collateral. It is subject to unexpected changes in its value, and the utility would be reduced if the value of the collateral decreases at the same time the underlying risk increases.
Sure. Are we done here?
And now we go to our Channel 4 news correspondent Brian Fantana on the scene of a moral hazard related dispute. Brian?
Thanks, Ron. I'm Brian Fantana, reporting live from North 24th Street with Mr. Caleb Cork, a citizen concerned about the implications of moral hazard. Mr. Cork, how do you feel about moral hazard? But aren't you concerned banks will behave differently knowing they could be bailed out?
I guess.
Are you worried that the government bailouts and interference with our laissez-faire economy could lead to socialism in the American financial system?
Well, I'm Canadian, so...
Well, there you have it, folks. Back to you, Ron.
I'm not sure what to do here. Help.
Power. 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 Okay. Thanks, Brian. Good evening. Ron Burgundy is in his glass case of emotions right now, and he won't be joining us for a while. I'm Veronica Corningstone. What do I do now?
We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stay tuned.
So here's what you've got. As Ron said, systemic risk is the risk of collapsing an entire financial system or entire market as opposed to risk associated with one individual entity, group, or component of a system. Whereas a moral hazard is more like a situation where a party will have a tendency to take risks because the cost that would incur would be felt by the party taking the risk. Basically, this says that it's a tendency to be more willing to take a risk knowing that the potential costs or burdens of taking such risk will be borne in whole or in by part by others. Yes! Yes! I did it!
July is National Baked Bean Month. Excuse me. Yes, a month in which we pay tribute to one of America's favorite, most healthful, and nutritious foods. I'm terribly sorry. As I was saying, good Lord, this is terribly embarrassing. I'm so... Whoa, doggy! I guess I'd better wrap this up quick. Basically, Jesus, whoa! Oh, God! My God!
Baked beans. They're nature's way of saying, for God's sake, open a window. Sorry.
And now, we go to Brick Tamlin with a look at our weather.
Thanks, Ron. I'm Brick Tamlin. People seem to like me because I'm polite and rarely late. I like to eat ice cream, and I really enjoy a nice pair of slacks. Years later, a doctor will tell me I have an IQ of 48. And now for your weather. Today we saw the economy functioning at a typical pace because of a decision made a few years ago by the Fed that shaped the future of the global financial system. We may have some future problems, but I'll get to that. Recently, the Dow climbed to a record high because of the recovering financial system. People seem to be really getting out and enjoying the economic sunshine. Taking a look at our radar, if we go back to the financial crisis, we can see the systemic risk front moving in from the west that's going to cause problems for a lot of people. You can see here it put the entire San Diego area under a financial system collapse warning, which Channel 4 News helped you prepare for with our early forecast, and hopefully all of our viewers took precautions against losing their jobs. But months later, a huge moral hazard system moved in from the east, pushing out the systemic risk front, but leaving a chance for possible financial repercussions for later on. In an unprecedented storm, the Fed bailed out insurance giant AIG and others, leaving room for hurricane-force changes in the financial system. Overnight, the financial system collapse warning seemed to disappear, but in the early morning hours, the National Weather Service issued a corporate greedy watch. Now, that means for our viewers that they're going to want to keep an eye on the skies for possible fishy loans, because big banks may be seeing some changes due to the influence of the Fed bailout and the too-big-to-fail policy. Tomorrow, we should see partly cloudy skies over the financial district, and bring an umbrella to work because the Fed may or may not ever bail anyone out again. Oh, and it's supposed to be sunny on Tuesday.
Brick, you do realize that it had nothing to do with the weather. And I'm pretty sure your green screen was off the whole time.
High pressure systems. High pressure systems. High pressure systems.
No, Brick!
Are you comfortable with me being all up in your face right now?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good.
And now we go to our Channel 4 news correspondent on the scene of a moral hazard. What? You gotta say her name. Start that over.
Thanks, Ron. I'm Brian Fantana, reporting live from North 24th Street, where Mr. Caleb Cork is concerned. God dang it. Our laissez-faire economy could lead to socialism in the American financial system.
Well, I'm Canadian, so...
What am I supposed to do after that?
And here you see Dill in his natural habitat working on the Econ project. He's meticulously writing something about systemic risk. You can see the concentration in his face. Trying to find the right words and everything. This is Dill at his best. And then over here you have Bria.
What?
I don't know. I don't have much to say.
What do you want from me?
Do.
No.
Wait, this is her at her natural habitat. Her home. She's eating a Thai, I guess. She really likes the Thai. It smells good. She's psychotic.
No, I'm not. No, I'm
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
I've read some of your writings. Yeah,
That's
you're
true.
psychotic. That's okay.
Great minds thinking crazy circles.
Are they circles? Are they really?
No.
I don't think so.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey stuff.
We're not talking about time and space.
So?
We're talking about your mind.
Time and space is applicable to everything. Because everything is either time or space.
Alright, that was Bria. Bria. I don't know.
So this whole moving situation right now, not feeling it.
And how do you feel about that, Dill?
Well, it's like dead.
What do you want? I'm on Instagram.
What do you want?
I'm so bored.
Paul, stop filming me. This is gonna turn out upside down because you're holding the camera upside down.
I know it is. That's the point. It's all gonna be upside down.
What's wrong with you?
Absolutely everything's wrong with me.
I'm gonna start making a list, okay?
Okay.
At least I won't look so terrible upside down. I look gross today.
You know I'm filming this, right?
Yeah, I know you're filming this. I have entire conversations with myself.
We all know that.
Sometimes I do.
I'm not quite sure what's going on over on the other side of this table.
Brick, none of that had absolutely anything to do with the weather.
High pressure system. High pressure system.
And I'm pretty sure you're... Yeah, I say 2 lines before you come...
Oh, now it's recording. You want to say something to the camera? No? Okay, how about Dill? You want to say something to the camera?
No.
I'm riding a fuzzy tractor.